If we recap yesterday's session, yesterday we have seen, the BAP report a web service execution from SOAP UI tool. And when you are executed, you will get a response to the report bytes. We have tested with one of the parameter and the input payload like the parameter name, values, and report absolute path and size of data chunk download, which is -1. So what is the significance of -1? Nothing but it will get the entire result output whichever report does have. If you hardcode with 3, so that you will get first 3 records. If you hardcode with a 5, you will get first 5 records. So always try to hardcode with a -1 so that it will get you will get complete output the report does have. So once you are executed, you will get a response the report bytes, which is not in a readable language, which is encrypted data. You can see you can try to decode it in the online so that you will see your report bytes as a XML format output. So once it is tested in the SOAP UI tool, the same you can replicate in your integrations by using the same web service. Nothing but first you need to create a connection by using SOAP adapter with your target web service with help of WSDL and followed by the authentication username and the password. Once your connection is tested and it is ready, and you can develop your integration and select the method run report method, and so that it will create the complete request mapper for us. Just map whichever parameters, whichever elements you require from the SOAP UI tool. Just you map input payload, input requesters, and once it is executed, you will get a report bytes output as a response. By using opaque.xsd schema file, you can write the data into one of the XML file by using opaque.xsd. So what will do opaque.xsd? It will has one element and the element type is decode base 64 binary. It will try to decode the data and place your entire data into XML file. So once your data is available in XML file, it's time to read the data. Just use the stage file, which is actual read file, so that all the data which is available in the read file, and you can print the data as whichever you require, or you can use this data in the further flow in your reports. Okay, this is we have seen yesterday for BAP reports. Anyone got any doubts if you practice?
Okay, one single doubt.
Yeah.
If I pass a ledger name and if I get a ledger ID, in such a case, it will give a single value.
Yes.
So for this case, we don't need to use for loop, right? After read data.
No, you cannot. If it is single value, you can directly print it.
Okay, sir.
No problem. If it is your outcome result is only single record, straight away you can print it. Just drag and drop the column. Okay. Now today we'll see the GL interface. The GL interface we can see now with everyday process and web service process, and we can see in the 2 patterns. It's the same GL interface. We can see one is everyday process, one is the web service process. First, we'll see the web service. Okay. So this is my data. This is my GL interface. Client is provided this data for me to create the journals. Okay. Just try to place the file in the server. This is my FTP.
I guess from last evening we are receiving this error. Means I was receiving this error through that OIC only. But I was able to.
Yeah, might be we are using connections are exceeded, I guess. It's not yeah, might be. Since I'm using this connection since 6 months, there's an issue with FTP. So it's not possible to use this FTP. trying to paste the file another FTP. So here I have GLFPDA. So this is my GL actual data.csv. So this is one of my CSV file in order to create the journals in my SaaS application. Okay. So before that, first I need to configure this FTP. I'm disconnecting the screen since this is my client FTP. Configure FTP and come back.
Hello, Vijay.
Yes, Vibha.
Yeah, actually, we're not able to hear you, so I thought.
No, I'm connecting FTP here. I'm
Okay.
connecting configuring my client FTP.
Yeah, sure.
So for a special FTP, you need to use your client FTPs if you have. Whichever I have, its connection exceeded, so it's not possible to use the same. I'm trying to get the logins here. Choose an SPC account, FTP protocol.
So, Vijay, can we use any FTP through these test servers?
Yeah,
Because,
any FTP you can. Yep, you can.
but we need to open the firewalls and then.
If the firewall is required, you need to open the firewalls.
Okay, but by default, it allows to all FTP.
Yeah, by default it will allow. Yeah.
Okay.
It's my FTP.
But Vijay, in real time, how it works? Because uh,
Real
does
time.
Oracle Cloud allows connection to all FTP site by default,
Yeah,
or?
by default you will connect all the FTPs without any issues. In my experience, I don't see any firewalls, any
Oh,
firewall
okay,
issues as of now.
okay.
Test TTP prod. Log. FTP protocol. Okay, let me connect this. This is issue with FTP CRA. For every batch, I'm getting these FTP issues. So I'm configuring, just give me a few minutes. So not able to connect. Choose this FTP connection is yes. Try to test it. Unable to authenticate credentials. It's a password. Test it. Now, so I configure one of the FTP GP11 FTP underscore 1. So we'll use the same here. Just close this. So I'm trying to place the file here. Okay. To create a schedule orchestration. Integrations. And just click on the create schedule orchestration. Add a tracking very first time. Interface, something I'm adding. Just click on the save. Now it's time to FTP. Just add here. One FTP. List files. I'm trying to get all the files. List files and input directory /test and the file name pattern star.csv. Just click on the next and the done. So that you will get whichever records are available, you will get it here. As of now, we are hardcoded at the connection level, so it's not required to map at mapper level. Okay. So if you delete the mapper also, no issues here. Since it's not required any mapping here as of now. This is a warning, you can ignore. Okay. Now, once it is executed, what is the response? You will get multiple nodes followed by the files in the file count. Just you can add a for loop here. This is list file response, file list, load more. This repeating element, each file. Just click on the create. Now, for the next step, we need to download the file by using FTP. download file. Just click on the next, and here download the file. Input directory, file name, download directory, something /temp. Just click on the next and done. So open the request mapper. You can map from for each. In the loop, you have file name, the directory. Just you can map the same file name, the directory. This is the directory to directory, and this is file name to file name. Okay. Now, so once you download the file, it's time to read the data, right? Just try to read the data by using stage file action, by using schema file. So if you read data, just click on the next, read entire file, specify the file name. So what is the file name? Download response file name. This is the download response. This says file, load more. It says file, load more, properties. This is file name. Just copy the same and change the directory. Just click on the next. Use your schema file here in order to read the data. Just whichever file we have, the same file you can add the schema file. Choose the file. Since we are using CSV file, right? Just you can use straight away the same file. If you have more records, just remove all the records. You can keep more than one record to enable for loop. As of now, we have 3 records. Mark all as optional. You can keep anyone is mandatory. First row, we do not have any header. Straight away you can use. I don't know why header is missing here. Click on the next and then. Now you are successfully read the data. First to verify the data. Why I don't have here my data? Can have reference here. Or we can use this pattern straight away. There is a test file. This is one of the real-time file. Okay. This is one of the real-time file. We are getting the data in this format in order to create the journals. In order to create the journals, client is placing the files in this format. This is a period, debit amount, credit amount, journal description, segment 1, segment 2, and segment 3. Okay. Now, for our convenience, first try to open in a CSV. So what is our combination? Code combinations. 10 triple zeros and 4 zeros. You can make the change the same here. This is our combination. Now try to open this file with a notepad. Yeah, now the format is I am expecting something 000. So earlier it would be single zero. Now try to download the file. This is test file CSV. Okay. Now use the same schema file here. For the same file, you can use as a schema file. So for the schema file, we do not have all the records. Just try to copy paste. Schema. Just have that record enough. So here I have all the data marked as optional and something period is mandatory. Just click on and done. Now we are as it is trying to read the data. Just up to this, try to test it whether you have the data or not. Enable tracing, include payload and activate it. Now this has got succeeded. Try to verify the payload. Just refresh again. Refresh again. So there is no files. Message received from the list of files. Count is 0. So what is the message it sent? We'll verify the request payload. Okay. We have used another FTP, right? Just deactivate. There is an FTP issue. Which is GP11 FTP only, right? So what is the problem?
Maybe file button.
No, the pattern is the path is different. This is test is we are given. File pattern we are given star.csv. Whichever CSV files is there, straight away I'm trying to fetch. Now there is iteration, payload received from the read data. Now we have all the data. We have all the data in your flat file within the OIC session. Okay. Now it's time to perform the GL interface. Just try to deactivate it. Now here, we need to create a connection here first. Open one more session. There is a connection GB9 ERP connection is available here. This connection I am trying to create with the help of Oracle ERP Cloud Adapter. This connection was created with the Oracle ERP Cloud Adapter and followed by our SaaS application user URL and followed by username and the password. Okay. Indirectly, we are trying to connect Oracle ERP Cloud Adapter. Nothing but you are trying to connect our SaaS application. Earlier, we are creating connection with an FTP adapter and SOAP adapter. Now we are using ERP Cloud Adapter. The significance of this adapter is we are trying to connect Oracle SaaS application in order to push the data to the application, or you need to get the data or push the data, whatever it may be. Inbound or outbound, you can perform. Now you can use this connection or integration.
But Vijay, do we need this adapter? Because we can, if we call those SOAP APIs, so
Yeah,
anyway, we'll have to authenticate it, right?
by default, you will get all the web services here. Let's say,
Okay.
GP9 ERP connection. If you want to use any SaaS application web services, no need to create an explicitly, these connections by using SOAP. You will get by default these web services and everyday process within the adapter itself. Just you can select the web service name and click on OK so that it will create a request mapper for us. No need to create a separate WSDLs for us. Same as.
Oh, okay.
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 This is got.
So similarly, what we did for reading that BI report, right? So through this adapter, we can get that also here. Is it?
Yes, you're asking something. Go ahead.
No, I was asking like for reading that BI report, we created a WSDL, right?
Yes,
When
for
we use
BIP report, you need to create a WSDL. That is mandatory. That is not
okay.
a ERP web service.
Okay. So those, okay. For that, we'll have to create WSDL itself.
Yeah, only for ERP integration. Other than you can use all within the adapter itself. Sometimes these adapters cannot work as now GL web service. Just click on the next. So this is okay. What is this? So this is GL web service. Just click on the next. Here, the ERP cloud adapter does support these three options: query, create, update, or delete information, import bulk data into Oracle ERP Cloud, and send files to ERP Cloud. These three informations you can find here from ERP Cloud Adapter supports. Query, create, update, or delete information is nothing but these are from the first option. You can get it. All your SaaS application, web service, and REST APIs you can find here. SaaS application, web services, and REST APIs, which is the business entities. And the same way, all the everyday process, import bulk data into Oracle ERP Cloud. All the everyday process you can find here. And if you want to send the files to UCM server, straight away you can use send files to ERP Cloud. So these three options you can see for ERP Cloud Adapter. Now first select the first option and click on next. You can see all the business services, nothing but the REST APIs and web services here. So here the browse by business object, which is services. So these are your web services, same as in your OER, you can see these business entities, the same business entities you can see here. Now search with journals. This is journal import service. When you select the same here, below you can see the methods. What are the associated operations would be available. So for this journal import service, I have 4 operations. So here I'm trying to select import journals. Just click on the next and then done. So it will create a request mapper for us with your web service. Indirectly, it is referring GL import WSDL web service. Okay, no need to create explicitly for SOAP connections for your WSDLs. Already it would be available along with your Oracle ERP Cloud Adapter. It's clear, right? For everyone. Oracle ERP Cloud Adapter. From this adapter, we are trying to connect our SaaS application. Now, whichever data is there, this data will go to your GL interface table. Once this is successfully executed, your data will go to your GL interface table. And before that, already you have tested your web service in your SOAP UI tool. Just you can map the data whichever is required for this web service as a request mapper. Now map whichever is available as of now as the input mappers. So here I have, this is a batch information. This is GL interface, node information. First we can map GL interface, this GL interface, and this is read file response, read data, and GL data reg set, GL data reg. So I have period, debit, credit, journal description, segment 1, 2, 3. Only I have these 6 columns, the left side. Okay, I need more. What we require, I need journal source, journal category. I need journal source and journal category and accounting date and journal date. Already period is there. So what client is saying, using this file, the client is saying, this is my period, right? Using this period, you need to derive your exact period. This is that period name, right? Period is something August 21, February 21, March 21, like that. This is accounting date. They are creating journal entry creation date. They are populating journal entry creation date as a period in the plat file. But using this period, you need to derive this 10/2021. This would be become as October 21. You need to convert to October 21 within the OIC and use that value as a period. Okay. First, we'll try to map whichever is available. Segment 1, 2, 3 is there. This is segment 1, and this is segment 2, and this is segment 3. The debit amount, credit amount will be there. Accounted, entered, accounted, credited. This is journal entry description also available. You can map journal entry description, which is reference. So this is a reference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are not sure the references. Can open any one. Reference 5 is general entry line description. General entry description. What about general entry line description? Open any one of the BDA sheet. Here you can find reference columns. Reference 10 is general entry line description. So you can map reference 10. This is general entry line description. Okay. Now debit and the credit. This is entered debit amount and accounted credit. So debit. And you can map enter credit amount.
If the currency is different, we will get counted amount exchange rate into debit.
Yeah, exchange.
Like
Yeah.
so we have to
If
multiply
you
and
use,
cost.
if you use the cross currencies, then exchange rates will come into picture.
So in such a case, we will have to multiply these two and we will have to map to accounted here.
Why you need to map? Just you need to provide the exchange rates here. Currency conversion rate, currency conversion rate, currency conversion type. System will take care, right?
Okay, then mapping to accounted CR to which field to no need of mapping to that field accounted
No.
CR.
You need to map to accounted CR. Yeah? The value, whichever source value is there, you need to map the target value. Along with that, you need to provide the conversion rates.
Oh, system will calculate automatically.
System will calculate automatically.
Okay, fine.
Even though while creating the same general transaction from UI, there in the right side, you are selecting the conversion rates, right? So automatically it will calculate. So now we are pending with the periods, and this is the group ID. We'll try to achieve one by one. It's a long pending story here. So I need a group ID here. First, we'll try to assign a variable here. Something variable initialize. Just click on create. So I want to get a group ID here. In a OIC, there is a function is available, which is get flow ID. Get flow ID, just try to drag and drop. The significance of get flow ID is nothing but it will return a unique value across the integration. Okay, it will return a value and it will store in your view, and this value would be same across the integration. Okay, so I'm trying to use this as my group ID, nothing but interface group identifier. Just try to map it. This is interface group identifier there. This group ID. This is variable group ID, just you can map. Now we are pending the source, category, and accounting date. So this is my accounting date, which is where is the period, read data. I have, this is the GL data, right? The same. This is the period is nothing but my date. In a flat file, this is my date. This is period is nothing but my accounting date and transaction date. The same you can map here. This is accounting date, and this is any other dates we do have? Nothing. Let's open GL interface web service as well here and try to verify the mappings. What are the mappings we require? GLS PDA.
When we pass accounting date, we don't need to pass period, or is it mandatory?
It's mandatory period. We need to convert from accounting date to period now. That is we'll do now. So this is my request mapper. So this header will map later. First, we are trying to map this GL interface, and I need the ledger ID. So my ledger is nothing but we'll try to create a lookup first. Client is not sending any ledger. Client is sending use in a single ledger and use a journal source and category as spreadsheet. Client is suggesting always journal source and category is spreadsheet. We need to hardcode these values. And client saying the currency is the USD, and you will get this what is okay. Let's create lookups first. You get it. Just try to create 11 GL create edit domain name interface name. Just click on OK. 11 GL interface. Based on this column, I'm trying to get another column. So here, something. What are the source we have here? AX payables. Client is saying always use source as AX payables. If you get this source in the file, we are good, well and good, no issues. If not, always client is using a single source, which is a hard code value. And create the category. Just click on OK. And this is allocations. And ledger ID, we'll try to get it from, and this is ledger name. This is my ledger name. Whereas for web service, ledger ID is mandatory. This is ledger ID. Just leave it. Now we have source, category, ledger ID, ledger name. Other than what we require, we have ledger name and we have currency code. Currency and currency USD. Are we getting the currency value here? No, this is straight away. There is no function cross currencies here. Other than this, currency is there, code combinations, balance type is here. We will directly hard code at the mapper level. Accounting date, period, accounting date already mapped. Period name we need to convert, and ledger ID. Yeah, that is enough. Now we'll try to map this header IDs, which is this, whichever header data is there, this is invalid data. Always we are considering only GL interface data. This is just we need to provide a valid data, but it won't use in the real-time perspective. Whichever data is there, we'll push the interface table only GL interface node. This is for only testing purpose. We need the data. So try to hard code some valid values in the request mapper. This is the batch name. Test. Batch description. Test. And ledger ID. Ledger ID. What are the data we have? October. So we will use XXX 20. This is accounting period name. XXX July 20. We will try to change the same for July in our flat file for better testing results. This is accounting date. Accounting date, you can hardcode any one of the valid date. That's it. And user source name category. You can get it from here itself. AX payables. And category.
And Vijay, can we, I mean, derive this dynamically, these values?
Yeah, as of now, client is saying these are the static values. You can get it from lookup. If you want to derive, you can derive from a VIP report.
Okay. So even if a client is sending me ledger ID and I want to derive ledger name, so for that
Yes,
also I'll have
exactly.
to create a
Client won't send a ledger ID anytime. They will
no,
send
but it is a hypothetical case, like if I want to
yes.
derive. So
Yeah, you can. If you have ledger ID, write a BIP report and get it ledger name. Or if you have a web service, simply you can execute the web service to get a ledger name.
okay.
Okay.
But
And
I
use
can
that
create that lookup as well, right? I mean,
yes. This is
If, if the source is having a true and false boolean, if we want to convert into y and n mapping, so which function we can use? Conversion function.
sorry.
Or
Repeat again.
sorry, if the source is having boolean value, for example, false means in the target we have to map it as n. Similarly, if the source is true means we have to map it as y. So
That is, we'll see it. We have choose function is available. I will show you. Okay, come across.
yeah, okay.
This is GL interface. Now there is a balance type is actually missing. Here we can repeat. We can search here. This is balance type, which is actual. Now we are pending with lookup values. So what we are mapping here, user JE source name, user category name. There it is. This is user JE source name, user JE category name, create target node, and here search with the lookup. And try to drag and drop. It will open the lookup screen for us. Just click on the next. Select source column. My source is interface name. The interface name is so and so. I'm trying to get source. Just click on the next. If the condition is false, I'm trying to get not applicable. Just click on the done. Your source value, you can map it from the lookup. Just copy the same value and paste here. This value is both same. Then I will try to get source name. Okay. Same category. Create category and drag and drop the lookup. Select the lookup and this is my interface name and target side. I have category I need. Just click on the next, and then done. This is my value. So what else we required? Still currency. The currency code, create target node and drag and drop the lookup. This is interface name. And this is my currency code. Click on the next. Next and done. Just copy everything and try to copy, just change the values wherever is required. Now ledger ID. This is ledger ID. Create target node. Just copy paste everything. Just ledger ID. Just write. I need ledger ID. This is ledger ID. Still, I need ledger name. This is ledger name. So here, ledger L and N is capital. Ledger name. So almost we're done with everything. Okay. Okay. So as of now, if you observe, for a single line, if you see here, we have GL interface 2 nodes. One line is debit, one line is credit. Always for website is expecting one is a debit line, one is a credit line. So we are mapped debit and credit for the same line here. The target side, for source side, I have debit and credit, but the target side mapped for the same line. So at runtime, you will get an error like debit and credit should not be in the same line. You need to map everything for the debit line. You need to map everything for the credit line. So what you have to do, just remove the credit line here. Delete target node and delete target node. I'm trying to delete mapping for credit. Okay. And this is my interface rows. So here also you can repeat the node. This is my GL interface node, right? Just right click and repeat the node. This is 2 of 2 and this is 1 of 1. And you need to provide you need to repeat all the mappings for this line also. And you can provide the debit line. So that for a source single line, target side, you will get 2 lines. One is the debit, one is the credit. Okay. As of now, for testing purpose, I'm trying to map only credit debit line only. In your testing, just you can map everything for the credit line as well. Okay. Delete target. Getting right. So still we are pending with an here period name. With help of source side, we have period. Period is nothing but here we are getting the date. With help of this date, we need to derive the period. So what is the period here? This is my period, right? So this period is nothing but this is August 20. We need to convert like this. So for this, we need to use JavaScript libraries, JavaScript function that we'll see tomorrow. Okay, we'll see tomorrow JavaScript function first, and we'll try to convert the date from to period. Okay.
Vijay, one thing like I want to ask, like, why do we want to repeat that for credit and debit line? Because anyway, it will get repeat for each record, right?
Yeah, the service will not. Yeah, that is I'm saying, right? In a single line, client is sending debit and credit amount. Right?
Okay.
In a single line, client is sending debit and credit line, but the target side, your GL web service will not accept debit and credit line for the same line.
Same line.
You need to repeat here. The reason when you're testing the web services, you're done with the web service testing, right? GL web service testing.
Yeah.
Did you done or not?
Yeah.
Okay, just open the web service today and try to populate for the same line debit and credit and try to execute it. You will get an error.
Yeah, I got you now. If they send in different line, we don't have to repeat those nodes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
This is for web service issue. Whereas for FBDA, you can map everything for the same line, no issues. It will take for FBDA. For web service, it's mandatory to repeat the line for debit and credit. For a source, if you have 10 lines, target side, we do have 20 lines.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We'll connect tomorrow, same time. Have a nice day. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, Vijay, what about that FTP then? We should stop
FTP, you will
or
get it from client here. From if you are working with organizations, right? Everyone. Hope.
no.
If not,
Actually, we are from different ERP system. We are from JD Edwards.
yeah, if you do not have FTP, I will place here. Whichever I have FTP, I shared with you, it's exceeded number of the connections.
Okay. So do we have any option to reset those numbers? Or?
No, no. That is I created from the Google.
Achha.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
I worked a lot in order to create that FTP. Now it is not working. Number of connection exceeded here.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, David.
Sure. Thank
Nice
you.
to connect tomorrow same time. Bye.